Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on how to use every single gun in Super Animal Royale. We will be starting we'll be starting over here at the shooting range. Basically, I'll start off with pistol, move down the list until I get all the way to minigun, and so pistol and dual pistols, you really just want to use them at closer range. They don't have a whole lot of range, and they're a lot slower than something like AK. Though you can click really fast with them and get a bunch of DPS, and they're really good. So I would suggest using either one of them. I would suggest picking like, let's say you have dual pistols and you have like another gun, like a spare launcher as an example, that you want to keep, and you're like not sure if you should get the next upgrade of pistols or keep dual pistols. I would suggest getting the next upgrade because pistols are pretty common anyways, so you'll probably find one eventually and it'll probably be worth it. Next up, Magnum. Really, it's like a main gun that you use at long range. It does decent damage and breaks 2 armors, so it is actually a pretty good gun. You just gotta kind of spam it. You just gotta stay back a bit and aim and actually hit your shots. Same with Deagle. And because they're basically the same gun, but one has more ammo and more damage. Alright, next up is the Sparrow guns. Basically, you want to use these as like your main gun. Like, shotgun, as an example, is a side gun. You will pull it out when you need it, but not have it equipped all the time. An example is AK. You want to have it equipped most of the time, and it's not a side gun. So these, you gotta keep it charged most of the time. It is a little annoying because it does slow you down a lot, but it is it is better than having to charge it up. You can spam it, which actually does some good damage, but you just gotta charge it enough so then it actually does damage. Because if you spam click it, it won't like do anything. So you just gotta get the right time window if you're gonna spam it. I wouldn't recommend it though. It doesn't do enough damage. Next, Sparrow launcher. Basically Bone Sparrow, but more ammo. But you also have to reload it, unlike Bow Sparrow. Situation where so yeah, I'd recommend maining BCG, or keeping it as your main gun, I mean. Or basically you always have it equipped, like I said before, because you have to charge it up. It does really good damage, and is actually good for like killing a whole team, like in squads. I would recommend using this gun. And in tight situations like this, like they're on the other side, you can try to bounce and kill them. It has been quite useful to me, so I would recommend trying to do that. Don't bounce off walls if unnecessary. Just do it when like someone like you gotta like hit someone that you can't see and you know they're behind. Next up is SMG or Thomas gun. I would recommend using this as your secondary gun because it doesn't have much range and it's not very accurate. So you want to use this close up, and same with Thomas gun. Next up is AK/M16. I would recommend using this as your main gun, always having it equipped, because it has a good range, pretty good great accuracy, and high damage. So I would keep it as your main gun, always carry it if you're not running with your sword. And that's about it. You just kind of want to use it like when you, like, let's say I'm running and then I just see this guy. Oh, I can just instantly attack them. It has great range, great damage, and that's where I would recommend it. Next is Dogna Dart Gun and Dogna Dart Fly Gun. Basically, this is good for squads and duos where you want to heal your teammates, and it can be very useful in solo if you want to use it as damage. And I would recommend using it as a secondary gun because it does damage over time. And Dartfly Gun, the only difference is more damage, and it can bounce in between two enemies or allies, killing them. But the second bounce does less damage. Next up is Hunting Rifle, and I'd recommend using it as your primary or secondary gun, like for example M16 and Sniper. You could carry either one. They both have good range, good damage. Though I would recommend using the M16 as your main gun, and then like fall back and do damage. Or you could just start this out, break their armor, then deal damage, which is a pretty deadly combo. So either one, that works for you better. Next up is Sniper. It's similar to Hunting Rifle, except it has 5 ammo, and near the end, it has way worse range. Like, it can go anywhere from, like, here to here. Like, see my mouse? I think you can go, like, anywhere from here to here. At the end, as you can see, like, those 2 lines above and below, just to the side when I shoot, which is the same for every gun. Next up is Super 8 Laser, and this is a pretty common gun for beginners because it does a ton of damage and requires not a lot of skill. You just gotta aim. The worst part about it is how inaccurate it is near the end. You see I'm shooting it, like, right now it's really accurate, like, up close, and then, like, far away it just kind of spreads everywhere, which is not the best, even though you can just, like, totally spam it like this. Maybe not that fast, more like this. Or you could aim, which is way better. Next up, we got Minigun, a deadly weapon that I would recommend using as your side weapon. Same with Super 8 Laser, because it takes time to charge up. So, like, you might not be able to react in time. So, with that extra charge up time, they might be able to get damage off and finish you. So, I'd recommend using, like, M16 as your main gun, and then falling back and charging up the gun if you need it. Basically, use it on long range or close range. Because of its insane DPS, you can win any fight pretty easily. And last up is not the gun at all. It is the sword. When you want to use it, it's basically... There are a ton of times you want to use it. When you don't have any guns, when you're out of ammo, when you're running, so then you can run fastest. And also, and in the final circle, sometimes you want to use it because you're not hitting your shots, and like this is really easy to hit. The only thing you gotta worry about is getting up close enough to them. And it also does the sword is actually pretty good. It is not good enough to main it though. That has no range. But I recommend using it while running in tight situations where you're out of ammo. and all of that stuff. And this like using your sword will come in time. By playing it, you'll realize when to use it. Same with like every gun. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a fun video to record. Hopefully, I helped you do or use the guns right. And if you're not very good at the game, to know when to use them and how to use them. And that's it for this video. Here are my stats that you can see. Just pause the video if you want to read them. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.